piano. Hey, you know what time it is, No Purse fam? The beat. Welcome everyone to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment where two worlds collide. I am your host, Class. This is my co-host, Biggs. Do it big, baby. And as a friendly reminder, if you guys enjoy our content, you know what you can do? You can share, like, subscribe, or turn on your notification to get the latest episodes. Morbius is now on the screens, and what better way to stay engaged than an all-out brawl? I'll be representing DC Comics' Andrew Bennett. Alright, brief origin story wise. Andrew Bennett was actually a lord in the court of Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. One day, Andrew had to go on a journey. His lover, Mary Seward, had warned him, I don't think you should go on this trip. I have a weird bad vibe about this. And instead of really taking her thoughts into consideration, he just laughed and went on the trip anyways. He learned the hard way. Sadly, he got attacked on that trip by a vampire, got devoured, and then he died. And the way he died was pretty sad. And then he was reborn. And because of that, I guess he didn't get the curse, so he doesn't have the bloodlust hunger. So he just kind of vowed that he's only going to drink bottled blood from human or animals. And that is the brief origin story of Andrew Bennett. Powers, abilities, and feats. Let's get into it. Control over his lust. His bloodlust, so means that he can control his blood urges around a pile of humans that are still alive and fresh. Only weakened by the sun and a stake through the heart, and of course fire. Has magic powers allowing him to project energy fields that can blow human heads and toss them around the room. That's pretty cool. Super strength, speed and stamina. Faster regenerating healing ability than obviously Morbius. He can phase through things. Transformation wise, he can turn into a wolf, bat, or rat, or even a hybrid of those altogether. Alright, so how I see him winning this. Andrew, obviously, being able to control his bloodlust gives him an upper advantage. That means that if he could take Morbius maybe to a slaughterhouse, somewhere where there's a lot of blood, it's going to give Morbius much more of a distraction, which gives Andrew Bennett the offense in this one. The crazy thing about this is that Andrew Bennett can phase through stuff. So even if, let's say, Morbius decides to throw a couple swings at him in person, face to face, he can phase through it. If objects being thrown at him, he can phase through it. Even if Morbius gets a real nice cut or anything on it, Andrew again has that amazing healing ability to regenerate his body, so he's going to regenerate a lot faster than Morbius would. Morbius takes him more time to regenerate, but with Andrew Bennett, that's not the case. Andrew Bennett would probably best better with going to a slaughterhouse because he could use the roof or the ceiling to his advantage. Now, the reason I say that is because in this fight, let's say they throw down to maybe for a long period of time, and then the sun starts rising. Now, Andrew Bennett isn't exactly strong with the sun. He also does have a weakness for it. But if he can somehow manage to shoot a hole into the ceiling that is just targeting solely Morbius and use his magic energy projection to hold Morbius into that spot, he'll be able to drain Morbius of his powers. Now, maybe Morbius might not be able to die off the sun, but weakening him in that ability gives Andrew Bennett the upper advantage. If he weakens Morbius enough with the sun, he can use the energy power to bring him back where there is no sun, and then he can rip Morbius into pieces, and then Andrew Bennett would win this one. I'll be representing Marvel Comics' Morbius.
I feel energy surging through me.
Michael Morbius was born with a rare blood disease, which got him into pursuing science, which he became a brilliant blood analyst or something like that. Eventually, at some point, finding a cure using a bat formula to cure himself. It goes bad, it goes south really fast because it turns out that the formula he created actually gets him into it cures him, but it now gives him a different type of curse, which is a bloodlust for human flesh. He becomes a vampire, and now he needs blood in order to, to stay fresh. But With this blood that he obtains, he gets incredible superpowers, incredible abilities, and thus that's the brief origin story of Michael Morbius. Powers, abilities, and feats. Sunlight isn't the ultimate weakness, but it does slow him down. He can glide in the air, can shift his body into smoke-like substance to get him through cracks in the doors. Okay, he can punch like a hydrogen bomb, as Spider-Man claimed, as one time he hit him with that much force. Broke through thick glass, not like little thin glass, like a little glass. Like we're talking like if there was a glass that needed to stay underwater in pressure, he could break through something like that. He fought a possessed Doctor Strange, took on the X-Men by himself. Okay, that's incredible feat itself, because being able to take on one person is one thing, but to take on a variety of different characters with different types of abilities and powers is insane. He broke through Spider-Man's webs. Not a lot of characters can do that. I'm just pointing that out there. And he was able to beat Blade. Okay, Blade is the ultimate vampire hybrid hunter, you know? So be able to beat Blade like that is crazy. He has super strength, super speed, superhuman stamina, superhuman reflexes, superhuman agility. He has this superhuman acute senses. Now, what does that mean? He has this power that allows him to smell or see someone or thing coming from a very far distance. So range shot wise or anything like that, it's not really going to be Andrew Bennett's day. And Morbius will be able to spot him coming from a mile away. So he'll be prepared in any kind of attack, surprise attack. He has a regenerated healing factor. Well, it's fast when it comes to scratches, but it does slow down when it's actual bullet holes. So as long as he doesn't get shot with a shotgun, he's straight up going to be fine in this fight. Mesmerism, and Andrew Bennett isn't known to use shotguns, so let's be clear about that. Mesmerism, he can mind control somebody in that way, so that's pretty impressive. He could use that on Andrew Bennett, you never know. He's immune to mystical vulnerabilities, and he has a genius intellect. Okay, so how he wins this one. Morbius has a genius intellect, so I have to believe he's going to be able to spot a weakness a lot more faster than Andrew Bennett will, which means he's going to probably figure out that he's alert. He doesn't like the sun, he's not a fan of fire, and he's not a fan of the wooden stake. Unfortunately, Morbius is not a fan of the sun either, so he has to use the other two to kind of take Andrew Bennett down. Now, my boy's argument about magical projection stuff, Morbius is immune to that because he's immune to mystical stuff, and a mystical is another term for magical. So magical projection, I don't think it's going to be able to hold Morbius in that spot, since he doesn't really it doesn't bother him or doesn't go through him, doesn't phase him in any essence. And let's get real. Morbius is going to be a lot more stronger. I mean, he has a punch of a hydrogen bomb, okay, and he's taken on multiple characters like the X-Men on his own, and he fought Blade. Like, the guy has a lot of more impressive background of a record of resume as far as fighting abilities. So my idea of how this plays out is that Morbius would overpower Andrew Bennett in any kind of way, and which means that if he could just grab, because Andrew Bennett is known to use a stake to fight his foes, which is ridiculous, but because obviously he can get stabbed too. But Morbius can grab the stake, probably overpower him, jam the stake to his heart, or jam him wherever he needs to jam him. And just jam a stake into his heart, jam it into his arm, jam it wherever he wants to. Just hold him somewhere in the meantime, pin him down, and then just set him on fire. And then Michael Morbius for the W.
Have underestimated my powers, friend! What an amusing toy!
If you like my argument, you can hashtag Andrew Bennett. And if you like my argument, hashtag Morbius. And as always, No Press Fam, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace.